Feed drop.
Today was gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow
Hello and
realized
welcome
what you not
to
do.
WonderBread, where I'm the Wonder.
And we're the bread.
Every week we bring you explanations from the nation of caucacity itself, explaining white culture one minority at a time. And today we have a very special and exciting topic for you today.
You know, my favorite thing about the movie is like it feels like a movie. It feels like a real go to the theater film movie.
Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, and they, thems of all ages. We're going to be talking about Harry Styles. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I understand that he...
I don't know what there's not to get.
Yes, but he was... Okay, so he was in a boy band, and I get that. But, like, why is he so
O'Neill, at a
hot?
basic level, he is an attractive young man.
Okay, yeah,
Who-
but there's, like, lots of them.
So, like, what
Why is
specific
he-
question? So, okay, like, your specific question
Okay,
is...
let's take it back. Let's take it
Yeah.
all the way back, because I need the full
Also,
explanation.
Tyler,
Why?
can you let him fucking speak?
Yeah, Tyler. Hey, Tyler, can you fucking let me have my moment, please? Thank you. Thank you, Olivia. Always the ally.
Thank you.
And Olivia gets one ally point for this episode.
can trade those in
Let's check the
later.
leaderboard real quick. Olivia has 632 ally points. Tyler has 12 ally points. Ooh, Tyler, you're really below on that leaderboard, bud. We gotta catch
Yeah,
you
how
by
do
the
you
end of
think you
this
got those
week, I'm
12
sorry.
points? Oh!
Oh. But let's start in the beginning. God created the heaven and the earth, but also
God created the universe.
created One Direction. Why was One Direction so hot with the whites?
So, Harry Styles initially auditioned for The X Factor by himself and was, like, cut from the program. And Simon Cowell took him and, like, 4 of the rejects and, like, made them into a group. And Harry Styles says, how about we call ourselves One Direction? And it just kind of stuck. And then...
Okay, so Harry Styles came up with the name.
Yeah, so he came up with a name.
So he gets the most money.
And then...
And then he sort of established himself as
The
like
front man.
the Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
He's the Justin Timberlake of
Okay,
One Direction.
okay.
If that
And
this gets
it-
they
into-
decided to, like...
he's the Beyonce of Destiny's Child. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, he's the
So-
Michael Jackson of the Jackson 5. We're getting somewhere.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So they did that, and essentially they pulled, like, the US in the 90s had NSYNC. We had the Backstreet Boys. And
Which needs more explanation because,
The-
again, I don't get the... And I guess the Jackson 5 is a good comparison, but, like, boy bands are...
I guess
because
the
it's
short answer
Beatles,
is
it's
young women like cute boys,
Okay.
and they dance and they sing
Yeah.
and they tell them that they're the best. And like, I mean, if you listen to any boy band song, it's always like
Yeah.
generic girl. You are
Okay.
the light of
But
my
why
life,
is it
and
so
it's like that's the
prevalent
tone of every
in
song.
white culture specifically?
I don't know. I think it's because we need someone to affirm, especially teenage girls.
Okay,
we need
yeah,
to be
that's fair.
affirmed.
Listen, teenage girls are probably the most.
Oh no, Tyler! Oh, you better look out!
Let me rephrase this. Among white people, probably the most shit on subsect is probably teenage
Yeah.
girls.
That's fair.
However,
Yeah, okay.
teenage
You
girls,
know, 'cause-
I've said this before, I will say it again. Teenage girls create culture, and no one can tell me otherwise.
Okay, and they steal it from black people. We check that off the list.
True. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, okay, so I pretty much get the boy band thing just as like a white people thing and sort of how that spins off. Now, how did Harry Styles sort of break apart? Like, did he cause the breakup, or what was the lore behind
think
that let
there
him
was
go
just,
off
like,
and do his own thing?
Inner conflict. Like, some people didn't want to do it anymore. Other guys didn't want to do it. One of them was having a kid. One of them wanted to get married, blah, blah, blah. And so instead of, I think Harry Styles described it as, like, keeping their fans in the lurch, essentially, they decided to disband indefinitely or go on hiatus indefinitely. So essentially saying, the band's breaking up, but we're going to put it gently.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it was hostile. Leading into this, my sister came to Chicago, shout out Ashley, and she's
shout
a
out.
big Harry Styles fan. She's going to hate me that I called her out. She's going to be so mad. And I went to this concert with Ashley and my fiance and my mother. I went to a Harry Styles concert. And he did play a One Direction song there, and everyone got into it. So I don't know if it was like a bad breakup, because like the Beatles, I don't think they played Beatles songs. They hated each other after, so they just played their stuff.
Got you. Okay.
So I don't think it was a bad breakup. I think it was just like, we are adult men now. We can't be in a boy band. I want to do something
here's my
else
other
with my
thing.
life.
What about Harry Smiles? Because I think him and Timothy Chalamet, which we'll do another episode on Timothy Chalamet for sure. They have the same energy, and I don't get it. It's the messy hair. It's the thin bones.
I think you're starting to get at what teenage girls
Are
like
into
about
right
him,
now,
and that they are relatable. They're like, oh my God, I'm just like
No,
a
you would say
goofy-
Harry Styles is relatable. You would like to hang out with Mr. Styles himself?
I don't think he'd be the worst celebrity
I'm not
to hang
saying
out with.
I would like to hang out, but I think a teenage girl would.
Okay. So we're saying that.
I think he's sort of fake relatable to a teenage girl. You know what I mean?
So sort of a manufactured relatability.
Yes.
Okay.
He is the music version of when a YouTuber talks to their producer off screen.
Okay. All right. So sort of grounding it in the messy hair, in the bracelets, in the bad dress that everybody.
Yeah, big silly clothes.
Big silly
him,
clothes that makes him relatable.
Like at his concert, he reads signs in the crowd and sort of is kind of awkward and weird, and like he's kind of like
I think
quirky,
that's less white people, and I think
know?
that's just more Harry Styles. And that's the thing. That's the thing I think we need to find the line of delineation for in this explanation is, where does Harry Styles rank in the deities of white people?
Okay,
Because he's the highest.
Yeah, he's below Taylor Swift. First
Below
of all.
Taylor
Even though they
Swift,
did date.
really?
They did date.
Yeah, that was a thing, right? That was.
I think Taylor Swift
The Swifties
has
are
longevity. Yes,
terrifying.
they are like diehard fans from like Teardrops on My Guitar to Midnights.
Yeah.
Like it's
Now,
their-
has he
their
just not
whole
had the
thing.
time to build up a career like that, or will he just never?
Yeah, he's only released 2 albums as a
Yes,
solo
but
artist.
he does have the
3?
springboard from One Direction.
One Direction.
One
So
Direction.
he'll always be the
but
One
Direction. It
boy.
wasn't like him. It was
Yeah,
One
exactly.
Direction.
But he had
you know
the
what I mean?
springboard to jump right into his own solo music.
So we're
career.
like early in Taylor's career. I would put him above Timothy Chalamet.
Okay, can you speak on that for me?
I can speak on that for a little bit because Timothy Chalamet doesn't normally enter the day-to-day life of white people. You know what I mean? It's only when...
And Harry Styles obviously does music and
Harry
movies.
Styles does, because you could listen to his music any day. And then when you go see the movies, do I want to see Timothy Chalamet or do I want to see a much worse actor? Harry Styles.
And that's my ultimate thing. That's really what made me question Harry Styles. Why are we putting... I know the money. I get the money. Why are we still putting him in movies?
I think they're expecting him to be a better actor, or they're trying to find like an iconic.
But we know
role for
he's
him
not.
because he's already an iconic musician. We're just trying to like elevate him by being like movies. They're like a step above music.
I mean, we gave Michael Jackson his movie time too, but we never tried to put him in a leading role. I guess we put him in The Wiz, but that
now,
was
to
a
be
musical.
fair, I don't know if Harry's had a leading role yet. He had a bit part in Dunkirk, and then he had a bit part in the movie that will forever be known as the one where he may have spit on Chris Pine
But
at the premiere.
he was a more main character in that one.
But My Policeman,
he had a
he's
lot more-
definitely
He
like
was, and he was bad.
Apparently, he also wasn't great in My Policeman.
And now
either,
he's
so.
Thanos' brother. So I don't know why. I guess I'm asking, and this might be like the core conceit of WonderBread. But why do we keep on giving mediocre white men chances at things? Now, I'm not saying that Harry Styles is mediocre musician, because he is a very talented musician. But he's a mediocre
Here's the thing.
actor.
Here's why they keep giving it to him. Because if he ever does become a good actor, can I pitch you on this? White people want their own Will Smith.
your own Will Smith. Okay. Now I get it. I get it now. Okay, you guys are trying to manufacture a Will Smith. This makes sense now. I'm sorry. I've come around. Although Will Smith's music wasn't necessarily as well regarded as his acting career, but maybe we got an inverse situation. You guys got
an
it
inverse
backwards.
situation.
You need
Exactly.
a bad musician who then becomes a good actor. You guys tried to make yourself a Will Smith, and you guys just fucked it up a little bit. Okay, and And now I get it.
we got a Will Smith that we let simmer too long in the pot and got too good at
You guys
music and
forgot
not
to
good enough at acting.
You let him marinate too long.
Any more questions about Harold Stylish?
Just sort of like and this is just sort of like a blanket one, I think, to put it to bed. Is he good or is he showboaty?
Well, so okay. I'm going to posit you the same question. Is David Bowie good or is he showboaty?
That is true. Wait, he wants to be David
Well,
Bowie.
that was actually going to be our next episode, and you guys kind of spoiled it. But I don't get the David Bowie either.
Ooh, I could pitch you on David.
But
all day
okay,
long.
so
I'm a
that
big-
ultimately, my Caucasian friends, where would you draw the line? What would you say? Is he or is he not?
Well, first of all, his music isn't as out there as Bowie's.
Yes,
He's
his
a much more
music
of a
is
pop
very much so
sensibility.
played on the radio in the background.
He's like
while
if he
you're at the
started
grocery
in
store.
Bowie's 80s era, essentially, and without all the Major Tom stuff.
Variety described Harry Styles' music sense as classic cocktail of psychedelia, Britpop, and balladry, is how they described
Which
it.
is just British pop at the end of the day.
Essentially.
Good old British pop. Which we gotta keep on churning out these episodes because the Beatles is another one I just don't get. But
Wow, you're gonna get people upset about that.
I already
one.
have. Don't worry about it. So that's what I really want to get to at the end of the day, because I think we have artists that are allies that do a lot. Where does he land? Is it for real, do you guys think? Or is it all part of the marketing of the Harry Styles? Because I've seen him in interviews.
I think if you look at like his progression, like he starts off in like a boy band, very like cis het girls, like very like into them. He sort of matures as these middle school girls, essentially, age and mature, come into their own sexuality. He becomes an icon for the queer community from these girls who, supported him from a young age, and now they're adults. Now they're, coming into their own queer identities, and they find comfort in the familiarity of Harry Styles, but also they relate on the queer music level of his music. Now, if that makes any sense.
I would say, isn't Harry Styles' style, isn't that sort of the new hip man's style now? So isn't he just still playing into that boy band thing, but for the modern era? Or do I have that wrong?
No, I wouldn't say that's entirely inaccurate.
Yeah, that's not wrong. That feels close.
Again, do we feel, or is this just the persona of Harry?
I think this cycle is just going to happen for a little bit. We're going to get more and more sort of progressive white guys who are very cool and like very like great allies, who are the only solo men on Vogue as of right now. Like, so I don't know. We're also like building him into like a style icon, because I think so much of his like career is very much curated that way. But I feel like from a like personality standpoint, I feel like he's a very genuine person.
So, okay, let's cap it off right here. Give me, each of you, the coolest thing about Harry Styles as we segue into do they get invited to the cookout? Do they just get a plate, or are they not invited to the cookout? That's how we rank these WonderBread items. So do they get invited to the cookout, plate, or no food at all? So each of you give me a cool thing, and I think I'll use that as the final tipper for whether or not.
I can start with my own experience at his concert. A lot of times he'll stop and read signs that his fans have made. And one of his fans was like a teenage girl who had a sign that was like, "Harry, will you help me come out as gay?" And he was like, "Yeah, let's fucking do this all together. Like, this is 50,000 people who are supporting you right now." And it was this moment, and she was crying, and a lot of people in the audience were crying. And just seems like a genuine, it might be performative, but it made that person feel good, and it made the crowd feel good. And I think that's good for humanity. And that's my pitch for Harry Styles.
Mine is very similar in his allyship. I think that he is a sort of new generation of popular music that is accepted by the queer community. And he writes songs about fruit for fruits.
And I think with that, I will go ahead and say that I think Harry Styles gets a plate but isn't invited to the cookout. And here's my reasoning. I think that Harry Styles, if I invited Harry Styles to the cookout, I think he would come and probably say some cringy shit, right? He's got the Watermelon Sugar song. He's reading signs. That's just some white people shit. I don't know if I can invite him to the cookout, but he seems like a cool guy, and I think I'll be giving him a plate.
I like it.
Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have explained yet another white icon. And we'll be back with another episode next week, probably the Beatles. And until then, as we say every week, white power.
White power. Oh,
no.
No. Let's do another take on that. We gotta do another take on that one.
Oh, the music's getting so loud though, guys. I don't know if I have another one in. As we say every week, WonderBread. Wonder better. WonderBread no more. I have nothing, guys.
You're my wonderwall.
Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of The Feed Drop for WonderBread. You can find us more about us on our website at website.biz, and you can find us on all the social medias, probably not Twitter for long, at PPCast. I believe we're on Mastodon too now. I think that's where everybody's heading. We also have a Reddit r/podpodpod, and share the show with your friends using the hashtag podpodpod. It would truly help grow our audience, and that's what we're trying to do, is just have a great time with you guys. We'll be back again on Monday with another full episode. It's an interesting one. So I'll see you Monday for a full episode, and that Friday for another free drop. And as always, Nope, still don't have it.